level in freaking Mad Mage, but I'm not going to do that. I think we're going to mess around with some random encounter maps and just see what we can come up with. So let's go ahead and get that going. First, let's make sure everything is working properly. Wow, it actually worked right today. I am amazed. Spent the morning making a quick video for my players because we're going to set up inside of Foundry, so we actually have voice and video working. So that's kind of exciting. So we will be able to run that, so you'll be able to see the players and hear them inside of Foundry when I start that game up. And sometime in the next few weeks, I still have to get together with all of them, set expectations, make sure that we're all on the same page, because that's important. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, so that looks good. We're not streaming Dragon Age Inquisition. Why does that always come up wrong? Kind of drives me crazy when this stuff happens. Let's take a look. We'll fix this real quick. It's actually right here, so... Let me go into this. Okay, it's working right. You never know with this stuff. So, I guess we need to figure out... First, let's go live. Let's figure out what size we want to make this. We don't want to go huge. I think we're going to do it so that our resolution is at 100 pixels when we output it, 100 pixels per square. So I'll make it 4,500 here by 3,000. Still well below the 8,192. I mean, honestly, we could go all the way up to an 80 tile map and we'd still be safe, but it's still going to be a pretty big map. Let's see if this will do big enough for what we want. I think we're going to do, I kind of have an idea in my head. We'll see how it works. I've really been thinking about getting a larger getting a little bit of a larger pen tablet so that we'd be able to, or at least my old eyes would get a break. So I think what we're going to do, I kind of want to do it so that we have kind of like an escarpment coming around through here. And then what we're going to do is pump a cave into here and kind of see how that looks. But let's go ahead and do this first. Let's take a look at our terrain. Right now, I think we are set up with what? Sand. Let's set up our fill. Let's do dry grass, see what that looks like. Fill it. Not that impressed. Let's just do grass then. How about that? We're going to end up covering a lot of this stuff in. Valixian, how's it going? Like I said, we're just messing around. I kind of have an idea. We're going to do a random encounter map today. We're going to do a couple if I can get through this. And I have something in my head as far as what I want to see here. But let's see how it's going to look. So first let's do a quick swipe, see how wide that is. Oh, I'm dropping my pen. That's awesome. Not wide enough. Let's make it a little bit bigger. We're going to erase both of these when we're done. Then we're going to go ahead and, yeah, that's better. Oh, what are you playing? Is it 5th edition? Is this my undo? No, it's not. I know I did set up an undo on here. Alright. Let's fix this. Bear with me 1 second. I thought that I had done this. 5e. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be running a game on in the near future. And we got set up. I'm really, really happy because, you know, it seems like the biggest issue when you're trying to live stream a game is getting everything set up so that, like, let's say this was our screen, right? And our game was on here. Getting set up so that you have the cameras, I mean, all the importing and all this other stuff. I spent the weekend actually going in. I wrote the scripts and set up a Jitsi server on a self-hosted server that I've got. And then I connected all that into my virtual tabletop. So basically, all the way across this screen, there'll be 5, 6 video things. And the nice thing is it automatically shows the name of the character, automatically shows everything underneath of it. It has a nice frame around it, lights up so you know when people are talking. And I'm really, really excited about that. Adventures League Player Handbook +1. Didn't realize how much better Xanathar's Guide was than Volo's. Okay, so what's your question? And while I'm waiting to see what your question is, I'm going to go ahead and look at my express keys and make sure that I have this. Let's see, express key 8. So what, you're going to ask your DM if he'll let you re-roll? How far in are you? How far into the campaign are you? No, I'm just making some random encounter maps that I'm going to put up on the Patreon. You've only done session 0? I mean, if session 0 is always character building, I would talk to the DM before your game starts, maybe message them and say, hey, I want to rebuild my character. Now, did you build the character online using whatever he's running it on, or Baruch, thank you for the like. Hope you're having an awesome day. Or did you do it on D&D Beyond and then import it in? Because if you did it on D&D Beyond, the rebuild will be, I mean, it's so quick. It'll get done almost immediately, let's be honest. And that's one of the nice things with, I'm going to pull this up and flip screens real quick. The virtual tabletop that I choose to use, and I did not mean to rhyme. I'm going to pull up my campaign. Okay, so if you built it on D&D Beyond, what's he using for his virtual tabletop? Do you know? If he's using Foundry, then it's just a matter of, I mean, it's ridiculously easy. So I'm going to switch over to Foundry real quick. So, let's see. I use so many things in here. Won't be able to see. See, here's what I was talking about too. Everything will be integrated inside of Foundry with our game. So if it weren't for the fact that I'm using my camera in stream and I'm not going to mess with it so it gets boogered up, everything would already be in here since I have it set up. But what's nice is, like with this, I would just have to go in here, click this little button, and the URL's already in for the character. I can import it, and it automatically brings in, even if we do like a level up on a character, I can pull that in immediately. So it's not even a DM hassle. It's just a matter of you should be able to do it and you're done. See, I prefer using something like this where, each player can go in and move their characters they like. Like if somebody was playing this wizard, they just go in. In fact, on my regular campaign, I have a HUD set up here so that when you click on the character, the individual player can see their attacks, their spells, all this kind of stuff. On my working servers, I have that. With these things, they would actually just go in and, let's say they wanted to cast Flock of Familiars, cast a spell, and you're done. If it's something like Fireball, and I'm going to do it so it doesn't consume the spell, this comes up automatically and targets and automatically rolls. So I've made this thing as easy as possible to take care of combat for players. Most encounters will never go out past, I mean, your short distance, most encounters aren't going to go out past that. What's a short bow? Is it 60 feet? No, I think it's 180. I forget. But most encounters are never going to have anything that big. I mean, this room's actually pretty big. These are 10-foot squares. They're not 5-foot because they screwed it up when they built the things, but it's a test server, so I don't care. It's just in here so I can pull in new modules and see how they work. But no, you're always going to run into that issue. No, sharpshooter is good because if you're firing in the combat, if your DM knows what they're doing. Let's say this character here has a bow, and I've got an ally. Let's say I've got 2 allies up here in melee with this character. With sharpshooter, it negates the fact that if you're shooting at this enemy, you would normally have to take -2 on your attack because it's soft cover. Sharpshooter eliminates the partial and half cover. So sharpshooter is very useful, even on small maps, because it negates the minuses that you should be taking. And, if a DM does not run cover and stuff like that, I mean, my personal opinion is they're a bad DM. They don't understand the rules. Oh my god, I'm trying to set this thing up and I forgot that there we go. So now let's see if this works over here. I mean, that's what the sharpshooter feat really is intended for, so that you can fire into combat without taking the minuses. It's nice at distance, but in the vast majority of combat, it's useful because you can do what you need to do without ever having to worry about taking a hit because you're firing into combat. All right, so that takes care of that. We got it fixed. So yeah, I had to go in, and I really like being able to just hit buttons on this graphics tablet and not have to keep messing with the keyboard. I mean, there's some things that I mess with the keyboard for, but most of them not necessary. But yeah, I mean, let's bear with me 1 second. SRD, have that in there. Let me pull something up for you real quick. Let's pull up D&D Beyond, and we'll show you what we're talking about. Sometimes I think it comes down to experience for the DM. Well, I mean, no matter what, you wouldn't be able to shoot through an ally without taking a risk of missing the enemy. The only thing that they do that's kind is they don't force you if you, let's say you miss the enemy. The rules should have stuff in there like a 1 possibly hits the ally that you're shooting through. Um, you would not be able to hit that guy behind a big ass paladin with a shield. So, I mean, they're kind and they give you a -2 for soft cover. And sharpshooter takes care of that. So that's the benefit of it. So if you're thinking about changing and not using the sharpshooter or whatever, that's why you want to change. I would ask my DM, do you use soft cover shooting through allies and stuff like that? And if he says no, then yeah, switch it out. If he says yeah, I do, then sharpshooter just became the most valuable thing you have on your character. Honestly, if he says no, I probably wouldn't play with him. That's me though. I'm kind of a rules person when it comes to stuff like that. All right. So, all right, let's. I think we're gonna kind of make this like that, and that'll be like the entrance to our cave. Violet, it has been forever since we've seen you in here. How are you doing? Tell you what, with approximately 1,000,000 years, yes. So, what are you doing? A racial change, or what is it that you're really looking to do? We'll end up putting something in there. I think we're going to end up messing with the widths on these to make them work. Let's do a transition too. Roll. Let's fade out. See how that. We're going to make this like a cave entrance. Now, I like this little section. Ooh, that made a funky little bit there, didn't it? Let's undo that. Because half elves are fun, that's why you're typing it. And let's remove the fade on this portion because we need to fix this down here. Pull it to the edge. Something we don't like here. What on this, we're going to do this. We're going to stop that will fade out here. See if we can make, like that's just naturally going to be the edge. All right, so that'll be something where, I mean, obviously that's a big escarpment. This will be a cave opening here. And let's use our cave brush and see how that's going to work. I have a feeling, let's make it kind of gross looking. How about that? See what that's going to look like. All right, now is that going to draw over that? Oh, it goes on. Yeah, awesome. Awesome. I was afraid that it was going to do something stupid. So we're going to do this. We're going to create our cave. There's our entrance. In fact, let's delete some of that stuff there. And what we'll do is we're going to blow the walls out here. Because unfortunately the walls won't go underneath. Now we can possibly create some walls to come in to open this up here. But, you know, with the caves, you can sit there and blast open the cave. It should erase that wall there. And we're going to leave that so it's got a little bit of a shadow. And that'll get rid of these walls. I haven't tried to do something like this before using this. So like I said, this is going to be an experiment to see how this all goes. All right, so let's go ahead and finish getting this cave blasted in. Make this our little entrance area. I think the problem we're going to see right here is where we blasted that stuff out. It's creating a void that can't be covered. So I wonder. Yeah, we could probably pick up that hex code and draw some cave floor over here, and everything will be fine. Well, I have to lose the wall here. I mean, obviously the interior cave wall, it'll be underneath everything, right? So the cave wall itself would not extend over top. It's not going to pop up and go over top here. So I have to blast that out. But there is a way to put this in here so that it creates the cave floor. And then if we want like a secret room, let's say we want to just make the cave back like this, right? We can always start a new cave section. You know, let the party think that this is it. Maybe even let the party think this is it, and throw some rocks in here. And if somebody, let's say somebody has what, stone to flesh or whatever, they could turn the big ass rock into something that it's not, make it go away, and then they could find their way back to the cave. But we'll figure that out. So let me undo these things that we've done here. And let's actually get our cave started for real. All right, so let's do a big ass brush. We're going to our cave entrance, right? And then we'll build off of that. I mean, ideally what you want is to be able to come in and remove these walls, but when you use the cave tool, that's not a possibility. Now our other option is to do this. And actually we have more control if we do what I'm about to do. Let's take a look what our color was that we picked. So it was a 514 F34, right? Let's go up here. One of these, this is cave floor. Let's set our color. And I'll show you what we can do. Now this creates a new problem once you're in the program. And this is where your problem kind of falls. So let's use cobble for our cave walls, right? So in this zone, let's say we want to do it this way. We want to have the cave kind of come in, open up here, right? So there's our walls. The issue here is going to be we can't remove this wall without removing the entire wall. The cave tool does allow me to pull that stuff out. Now our other option, which I wish we had an invisible wall option in here. You know, that would be ideal, but we don't. So, you know, if we had a invisible wall tool, we could do this. You know, that's no wall. There's no invisible wall tool. We could actually create sections, but let's say we're going to do what I was planning on trying to do. All right, so we go back to here. We have our floor done. Now we're going to go in and do this. Set it up so that, let's say the nasty looking ground from the cave kind of comes out that way. Once I do that, the entire wall turns off. Now our other option is to draw the cave and then double down on the work, come in and do this. Kind of, you know, work around the walls and draw in. We're just going to do a part of it. Let's say that was the whole area. We could draw walls that way, or we could even take it around here. Stop the wall there. And then the nice thing is we're able to edit the points. Pull that back so it's right there. The only thing you would have to do inside of Foundry would be to draw an invisible wall that is the entrance to the cave. And you would also need to, because I don't have the option of creating invisible walls in here, you'd need to go and put an invisible wall all the way down through here, like to there, and then to there and down, so the characters wouldn't be able to just go up. Lone Dog Games, how's it going? Then be able to go, you know, they wouldn't be able to go through that wall. The problem is they'd be able to see through there. So you're going to have several issues that you're dealing with, but the cave itself would be protected. I mean, what I might do is put an invisible wall through, like from here through, create a wall, because let's say this is like 30 feet up. People down on the ground aren't going to be able to see up top. So you create a wall, maybe even here in the game, inside of your game system. You know, take it all the way down to here, all the way over to here. Create something that the players won't be able to see in here that becomes a wall, and then they're walking into the cave system. So, I mean, that's probably how I would approach it. Costume change. So, I don't know. Perhaps what we'll do is draw this out and then create the walls themselves for the cave system. And you're just going to have to get creative with the physical walls on this. I mean, it would be really nice if the path tool had the option of creating that path like a wall or a barrier, but it's not an option. So, you know, just you got to work with what you got to work with. And I think what we're going to do is work with the floor system like I said, and then we'll add walls around it. And that's fine. So building tool, no wall. Let's go ahead and draw that out. And I think what I'm going to do, let's draw little zones, and then we'll start joining them together. So here, flesh out around it. I kind of like doing it where you start areas and then it's less tip tapping to do. At least in my mind it is. Let's take a look. All right, so we're gonna do what we said. This is kind of where the cave opens up. And it goes inside. Maybe this will be the entrance area. We can even leave it kind of sloppy like that. Now we could have this, say this section. We want to make sure we leave them at 5-foot passageways for some of it. Say that this goes up in here. We'll have some kind of that'll be kind of like the area where they're like, oh, that's the end of the cave. But it's not. Then, let's do this kind of out here. We're going to have something blocking there. And then this will be an extension back into a much larger system. So this will be the majority of the map here. And I tell you what we can do too. I have an idea here. So for this part, let's get fancy. So they think that, all's done. We'll put some little treasure chest up here. They'll get all excited. Oh, look, we found a treasure chest. And they'll be like, we're done, we can leave. Now, if somebody's smart and they do some investigation, they'll find that there's a fake entrance right here. Somebody got very industrious. And made a nice little system back here. How about that? Let's set our walls up for that section. Let's go to our wall tool. We're just going to use the cobble. It doesn't have to be fancy. And that'll work. Start here. Pick up the wrong thing again. I have this bad habit of picking up the wrong pen. I have two things here, and it's kind of funny. Because I'll pick up the wrong one, and then I'm like, why doesn't it work? I don't like this gap right here. Oops. Oh, did that? Yeah, that messed that up a little bit. Is that like a stone gap created by whatever's there? Guess that'll have to live. Well, I have an idea. Do it this way. Forget which one does the erase tool. I had set up one of these so it does erase. Let's see. That's it. So let's do it this way then. That's going to be annoying. There we go. So we're going to redo that little section up there, and then we're this behaving. There we go. I just love it when it misbehaves. Acts like my kids. And that's the other thing that I've found. You notice how it kind of got wonky in the middle there? The tablet itself kind of tends to do some weird things. I've got a zoom. He's an XP Pen Artist 15.6 Pro, and it has a nice feature. It has a ring on there that you can use to, zoom as needed, do all kinds of stuff. But when you do it, it kind of some weird stuff. Here, I'll show you again. So we're going to zoom in and see what it's doing. It's leaving these weird voids there. So the only way I can fix it is going with a keyboard and mouse, which kind of negates the idea of, making things more convenient. Thinking about getting a Huion, however you pronounce it, a 20-inch graphics tablet, just so I have a little bit larger working space. I think that's going to be the sweet spot. Niditat, how's it going? It's going to be the sweet spot for size. But Violet, what have you been up to? I mean, I know you've been on I'm assuming a lot of the Instagram stuff you've been putting up are like a lot of old pics from things that you've done before with your, damn it, is this it? There. Your cosplay, however you pronounce it. .8. Why it's not going. Have you both been able to get back and working and all that good stuff? And did your boyfriend's crushed leg get uncrushed? How's he doing with that? So are you taking new photos, or what's the deal there? That's a good thing. we keep getting notifications from my kids' school with all these stupid kids, you know, that are getting COVID. Like 5 in the last week, so I think it's once they get to like 20 kids in the school, then they're going to go back to full online for everybody. It's just like, it is crazy. And you know me, I don't worry about it. Not because it's not a thing, but because, you know, the wife works at home, I stay at home, either streaming or cooking barbecue. You know, barbecue is very important. Pretty sure barbecue takes precedence over all other things around here. There it is. Let's take a look here and see if we can position this a little bit nicer. Like I said, it's going to be up to DM. Set their walls so that they can't see the stuff that's up top. Yeah, nothing takes precedence over the dogs. Tell you what, yesterday I was I'm in the bedroom, I'm cleaning something up, and I moved something, and you know, there's one of Jelly's sweaters, and I just got all upset. Pretty bad. You missed the Jelly. Alright, so in here we're gonna put something here. I mean, you know, it was all about the Jelly. She was the best girl ever. Alright, what do we want? Do the stone. Take a look real quick. We're going to erase that. Yeah, we'll do that. So once they get in here, they're going to find. Let's create some rooms. Through little that. Path go up here. Now with this, if we're not real happy with our walls, we can always move the spots. We're going to do that, and we're going to delete this one. Pretty sure I did a delete key too. Where is it? Damn it! This thing is just, it's flashing, so I must have done something that pissed it off. Alt space, control. Do this. Delete. Alright, so that's F5 is that function key. See if that works. Yep, it works. Awesome. This 5-foot hallway. I put a wall up with a door. We're gonna put a. Gonna do it this way here. Do a little 10-foot walkway. End up with a door there. Make this the big area. Edit those before we get too far in. What's on there? How many points do we have? We need. Some of these would probably be good to have them snap the grid. Do that. There we go. Snapping the grid does eliminate some of this stupid stuff like that. I wish it would just, instead of saying, oh, it does. Function, so that's control space. I'm going to leave that up. All right. Ernie Noah, how's it going? I always have fun with my map making. So we're going to have that end there. You know, right here, this is a slight problem. It's deciding that it's going to pull the stuff from there. So that's kind of an issue with this program, you know. It will, even though we haven't made contact over here, it will start, you know, throwing stuff here that we don't want. That's why I was leaning toward the cave tool, because the two don't end up intersecting like that. I think we're going to have to do that. Use the cave tool, blast that thing out, and make it work. Oh, it crashed. We'll see if it's saved, because I never saved it. I love Dungeondraft, but the crashing kind of pisses me off. Oh, God. Yep, see, it's only showing the Twisted Caverns maps. Open. This is what we're going to do. Do this. We'll create new. And we're going to be able to go in, pull in the last autosave feature. That always helps, you know. The role play being good, that always helps. Look, she's crashing again. It is being very difficult. Very difficile. Try one more time. Curious what the hell is going on here. Finding somebody that knows how to run a support character is always difficult, so sounds like that was a good thing. Now, this is what we're going to do. Let's save. We're going to pull this in. I'm going to create a quick folder, put this in, and we're going to pull. There should be backups running. Let's see where the backup's saved. All right, let's take a look at our settings. I still have it set to backup relatively often. So I should be able to pull the backup up and then open it in here. And then we'll see if it crashes again when we pull that in. So bear with me 1 minute. Got to get to my folder that has the backups in it. Alex. Love when I go to the wrong place. Users. All right, so that would be today's date, the 23rd, 12:48 backup. Oh, that kind of sucks. All right. So we're going to pull that in as a map. Then we're going to do this. Let's see if this is successful. Yeah, small miracle. Look at that. It worked. So now what we're going to do is let's select this. That took care of that. Care of that. Not going to let me delete that floor that we created. Really? That's fine. We're gonna see if the cave tool will cover it. If it won't be that difficult to start it over. It'll just be annoying. Fortunately, it saves my colors there, so that makes me happy. All right, let's do this. Let's do it. I do like the cave brush. I mean, it makes a really nice rough texture for the walls and all that stuff. So it's not that bad having to do this. Gives us a chance to maybe make a few adjustments that we otherwise wouldn't do. The only issue we're going to have, it looks like, these walls are going to make life difficult from the old stuff. So let's make some adjustments. Let's see if we can. It's not gonna remove that. So I think we're gonna have to start over. This was an experiment, so it's all good. And we can do that cliff really quickly. So about that size. Zoom out so we can go edge to edge. Snap. Kind of went. Cave opening. Now we'll go in and start doing some overlap work. Yeah, Violet, I went in and, the iPhone had a new system update to what, 14? I think it was. And I'm like, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I go in, and the first thing it does, it starts throwing up a lot of old pictures. And one of the first things that popped there was a bunch of old jelly pictures. And I'm like, damn it. So it was, it's just one of those things. You're like, my wife thinks it's funny because, I'm such a hard ass. Where I don't find the humor, needless to say. The worst thing lately is Thor. He's been Mr. Major Depression through all of it. Gothic, thank you for the like. And he, because I've babied him so much through all this because he's been depressed, he's been refusing to eat. So I started putting, like, if I cook brisket, I'll put brisket in his food, doing all this stuff. And he won't eat now unless I throw freaking meat in his dinner. This morning he wouldn't eat, so I had some steak left over from our dinner last night, and I cut that up, and he refused to eat. Put that in there, and he goes, yes, I will eat that. He's such a brat. He is the king of the brats. He doesn't know what to do without his bully being here telling him what to do all the time. I think I was happier at that point. That's good. All right, so let's go ahead and start doing this again. Save as, and we're going to actually save this as our cave map. Cave brush. Let's do it here. I think what we're going to do, let's do it like this. Test that out there. Do that. And let's brush down to size here. Let's see what this does. This section here doesn't matter. I actually like that effect on the outside. Yep, I think that works. Yeah. Or Thor. The wife says I'm just making him more neurotic than he needs to be. He's funny because he gets up in bed at night and, you know, he waits for me to call him because he wants to come up, flop down, lay next to me and whine. So I let him do that for a while and then he's fine. But she's like, you're making him more wimpy than he needs to be. Like, well, he's sad. He's a very sad boy. Now we can do our building tool. I don't really like that color. Go there. Do wood, stone. Gonna let's build out our rooms, then we'll figure out how we get the entrance locked into it. see how this looks as far as color. That's not bad. That. Do a 5-foot corridor there. Big room there. That. Set my preferences real quick. Have it on halves. Oh, we thought we had it on halves right there. All right, let's save. We're going to reopen it. Halves should be there. We can finish this section of the map. I'm curious why the halves aren't working. Snaps at every half grid unit. Oh, it's working. Go ahead and edit some points. Making sure everything is on their points where they need to be. If you get those extra points on there, it ends up getting some weird shadows and stuff, and you don't want that. I don't know. Do we want some weird cultist complex in here, or what do we want to do? But I kind of want to do something here. Let's see if we can make this work. Snap off. Feel like you could keep snap on. need to do it this way. All right, go back to this. How far down we have for room. Got a secret door there. Got to tap, do we? These are half points here. Want that to go under, so we'll do this. No matter what, it's still going like it's under. That's fine. So that'll be an area secret door will need to be drawn in. We can't do that in here though. It would be really nice if there was a secret door option. But no. All right. We always try to do doors and stuff so that they let's make one more big room here. All right. Now let's get our walls in. Do a quick save. We'll put our doors in a minute. Map to grid does make life a bit easier. Get some doors drawn in, then we'll start furnishing. Oh, what do we want for our doors? That's always the conundrum, isn't it? Somebody's unhappy and wants to get in. Now, my personal opinion, I think Twitch froze on you. Yeah, I do get quiet when I start thinking about what I'm doing. Here, let me tell you what, let me see something. Hold on a second. I downloaded something today. I want to see if it's horrible or not. All right, let's see. Tessa is getting really pissed off. Yeah. Tough. Give me a minute. Let's see. Where did I save that? Forget where I saved it. Let's take a look at my downloads. That's pretty bad, isn't it? All right, so let's do this. That's not going to be good. Battle music. Downloaded a bunch of like stuff today because I may start putting some sound effects and stuff inside of my game. But let's see how bad this is. Looks like these are, let's see. No. Let's see what this does. Anything playing? Maybe. I don't know. All right, are we going to be able to... Can't do anything there, can we? Let's do it this way. I think the Dark Fantasy Mega Pack is probably a no. You could just have Sword and Knife FX running in the background. That's a dark exploration loop. Let's see. Not a Gregorian chant, I don't think so. Let's see what this does. No. Medieval tavern song. Let's see. See if we can make it loop. There we go. Might be semi-appropriate. There we go. We're going to put it low in the background. I know, it's very exciting. There we go. It'll loop for a while. Alright, so I need to figure out how to get these two sections joined without making them do something funky. So let's do this. Let's go to Cave Brush again. You know, this is the Cave Brush issue. For one, we don't want snap. See how close we get this to go. We can do that, and I mean basically a DM would be able to, because it's gonna, this will have a wall, and this will be a wall. Double walls, nobody will get through. So we'll be able to have it set up that way, and like in Foundry, because that's what we're building these things for. For Foundry, they'll be able to go in and adjust this, create a secret door, have the party try and figure out how to freaking hell to get through there, and everything's good. So that'll just be a wall adjustment there. Right, let's work on the outside now. See how bad this one is. See, these are all really short. What I need is like a big loop of stuff that doesn't have there you go. Here's a battle loop. I'm gonna let her in. It's not going to be good. Boys, stay here. Okay. We come in that bad? Really? Was it horrible? No. Stop jumping on me. I need the skin on my legs. Ah. She doesn't think I need the skin on my legs, but I do. Alright. So we'll need to start putting some stuff in here, figure out what we want these rooms to be. Yeah, we're gonna stop that. Let me take a look at something real quick. I feel like no matter what you do, you're gonna get dinged somewhere. All right, so here we go. Hi, this is Sam with the Texas GOP. We need your support for President Trump. Well, you texted the wrong fucking number. It says reply yes or YN or unsure. Does why is no fucking way not an option? Because that's what we're gonna send. I mean, seriously. There is always something to annoy you. I wonder if this is actually valid. Let's see. Well, that's not even a thing. Yeah, that's what pisses me off. It was kind of hilarious this weekend. So I'm sitting there. Somebody knocks on the door. And I look on the camera. Some dude's out there, and like 20 feet away, it must be his wife walking around with him or whatever the fuck it was. But I open the door and I see the thing in his hand for John Cornyn, and he starts asking. He started asking something, and I said, "No, I'm going to cut you off right here. I would not vote for a Republican in this state, even if you put a gun to my head while I'm standing at the poll." And he goes, "Thank you for your day. Have a good day," and he left. And I'm just like, what the fuck do I need to put up to make people just stop knocking on my door and asking me stupid shit? Yeah, the look on his face was, rather priceless. I mean, it was well worth it. So I think what we're gonna do is there a camp. I think we're gonna put like a camp here. Maybe we need like a Let's look at colorable. Gotta be some colorable camp items. Why should everybody have the same colored sleeping bag? That would suck. You know what? Everybody wants their own damn sleeping bag. As long as it's not like a Hello Kitty sleeping bag or something like that, we're fine. You know, can't you see like Bjorn the Viking showing up with his Hello Kitty sleeping bag, and then the group just mocks him viciously? It would be hilarious. You guys are horrible. Why do you make fun of me? There are a couple of them in the neighborhood, and I'm honestly shocked considering where I live that they haven't like gotten destroyed. You know what I mean? It's just I really can't believe that things haven't gone south on those houses. But then again, I also feel like the people that would be likely to do that, they talk the talk, but they generally don't walk the walk. So your shit's probably safe. Camp stuff is really lacking here. Don't need a carnival tent. That'd be pretty funny. Exactly. They spend I I've said before, I do my best to stay off of shit like Nextdoor app and all of that dysfunctional shit, because it seems like if you get in there, it's just like you are begging for some serious stupid bullshit conversations to ensue. All right, we need some bushes. These will all need to go under. Yeah, I'm pretty sure between the Republican pollsters and stuff that come to my door, and the weekly Jehovah's Witnesses, I've scared all of them off one way or another when they come here. And I do get a great deal of joy out of it. Wife is like, I can't believe you said that. It's like, babe, believe it. How long have you been married to me? 34 years yesterday. You haven't figured out. Ooh, look at this. Forgot we can do this. Let's have like several colored bushes in here. All right, let's throw some trees there. Ooh, you know what? Big is that? Let's go back to colorable. See if there are any. Bush flowers. Big ass trees. So we'll just do what we're doing. Oops, let's get rid of that one. Regular old bushes in here. All right. We have our abandoned camp. Some trees. What else would we like to throw down? Corpses, maybe. Corpses are always good. So a crate. A bridge. Haha. Yeah, that would make lots of sense. A smashed cart. All right, now let's get inside here. All right, so like I said, this is going to be our area. We set some stuff up to make it kind of look like, yeah, this is the end of the cave. Put a few bones in here. All right, now we need a chest. And it's probably under containers if I remember right. Or storage, is that it? No. I think since we're done drawing, I'm going to flip this up to my big screen. Do that. Get this out of the way. Be easier to see what we're doing. Treasure, that's it. Let's put our empty chest up there. A few crappy weapons. Scale it down. Over here, let's do this. Use our water brush. There. And there. Let's see how it's going to look. fact, I'm going to make this section, it looks like it probably slopes down. And has some stuff underwater. And then we're going to do this. Put it underwater. Kind of throw some coins all over the place down there. Who knows, maybe something's living in the water wanting to kill them. All right, so we need these to be full size. Statue there at the entrance. All right, this is going to be the actual, maybe some treasure in here. In fact, I have an idea. Let's make it extra attractive. Weapon rack. Wardrobes. I don't want wardrobes. Fit that. Can't, but we can do this. We can get rid of that. Thor, why do you look so depressed? He looks very, very depressed right now. All right, so down here, I think we need like an altar. I'm hoping we have something like that here. Trying to remember where that was. Is it structure for the altars? Ooh, there we go. Altar at the end of the room. Always need an altar for cultists. We could do a chandelier. Want to do that in here? We could have those up above. maybe have them lit. You know, make those the only lights in the room, or do we want to do this? We could do a torch light in the room. Do that. Creepy torches in a room with an altar. Always good. All right, now let's light these things. Let's light these puppies up. This is one of the nice things. This will carry over into Foundry. So let's turn the intensity down. About there. And put the widgets on so we can see what overlaps. We need, what, 20 feet? 5, 10, 15, 20. That's really 25. Take a look. The bright light really should go out 20. We're not going to make these super bright torches, though. I think what we need to do here, too, is move this light over so it's right by the door, like the other one. Friend's boss's daughter just informed you that she's got a bun in the oven, huh? Crazy. Craziness, I tell you. It looks like the lighting is up. So this room will be lit. We should put some blood there. Yeah, I tell you what, I don't know. Having kids now, kind of crazy. We don't want a shadow on there for blood. That's a lot of blood. It's a giant pile of blood. Just need some splatters. Nope, not under that much, huh? Can't say I'd want to. I can't say I'd want to have kids in the climate we live in. If somebody wants to really put something on there, they can. Let's see. Do we have seating? Let's look at decor. Kids have their own freaking challenges. And then, once they're all grown, you got to listen to everything that they think that you fucked up about. And trust me, everybody fucks up something. No matter how hard you try. Those are some rather crappy benches. We're going to leave them like that, though. Anything else we can put in here? Sure there is. A lizard rug. That would not go well. Would be funny, but it wouldn't go well. All right, containers. We could throw the sacrificial doll on the altar. What was the sacrifice? It was a doll. Dog pill! Oh, we could, let's put something funky on there. Just why not? Break that down, see if we can get it the size. There we go. I like that. Oh, we had some entrails or something. Guess not. Keep saying I need to sit down and draw out stuff that I want to be able to use. The issue is I don't want to use stuff that has usage rights and stuff like that to it. So trying to make these as simple as possible. I'm trying to find time to do all that stuff. That's just another thing. Exactly. Alright, so this room we're going to leave dark. What do we want to put in here? I'll tell you what, let's zoom out. This is like their little temple place, room with storage. Down here we'll make this maybe somebody's sleeping quarters. So let's start doing this. Furniture. I thought oh yeah, scale that down. That was like a bed for little people. Come on, go down. It's a little too bright. Go with maybe that. We need to get it. Let's get it right to 90. There we go. So that. Table. Have an end table? Yes, we do. We're going to center that bed up a little bit. That's going to bother us. No end. End tables down. We need a desk. Doesn't look like a desk, does it? Looks more like a cabinet. Desk. Get a chair. We have a nice desk chair. I think we need to go back to furniture. A lot of thrones. Chair. Let's get a comfortable chair too in here. He needs a big fat chair in the corner. And is he worried about being color coordinated? He's not. He or she, you know, whatever gets put in there. And we need a wardrobe. And we need a chest at the end of the bed. We need a big old fancy rug. Do we want to do that? I think what we want to do it this way. Let's put it there. And then, where did we find that? And rugs. So where did I find that? Colorable, maybe? Still need a wardrobe. I think they're in storage. Wardrobe there. We need a chest. Is in treasure. He gets a fancy chest. And we'll say that room is done. What do we want down here? What do we want in this room? We're just kind of making it up as we go. Make this like a laboratory. Now, do we have anything that would fit into the idea of that? Ooh, wait a minute. Make this a fun room. Cages. What else can we put in here? Dead body. Dog pill! Gonna have to do that. Oh. Alright, so I think what we'll do, let's get a table. Anything else that looks like it could be used for not such fun? There we go. Oh, hold on. I was looking for entrails. We had it here all along. All along. Let's bloody them up a little bit. I'm going to make the rooms as simple as possible. For here, tell you what, let's do this. Need to get this back to size. Close to it. We're not going to do bloody sheets. That. And we had an end table. Where did we find it? This guy gets the shitty end table. And he gets a crappy chair. Nobody likes whoever's in here. He gets the chair that gives you splinters in your ass. There's the ass splinter chair. He just gets a simple room. Let's see. Lantern. Unlit torch. I think we're going to get rid of these over here. People in the fun room don't get lights. So we need to we're going to make this another living quarter area maybe. I mean, the torture guy needs a bed too. Right? He just doesn't make his bed well. It's all sloppy. We'll give him a desk and a chair. We can write down his amazing findings. When he's having his recreation. And let's give him some stuff. He gets this little, we're gonna scale it down so it doesn't even look like a sword. Little hook dagger. And make sure you catch whatever you're grabbing on the inside. He doesn't need much stuff there though. Then we want to give him some place to store his stuff. There we go. That's all he gets. And up here, I think we're going to do this. Don't really like that. They're disorganized. Ooh, what can we put for clutter? We're going to sneak this in here. Somebody needs a teddy bear to sleep. Little Viking teddy bear. Because I think that's funny. We should sneak that into every map we make somewhere. All right, let's take a look. All right, and down here, let's tables. Need this to be able to go under. Let's see, do we have shelves? Might be in storage. I think what I've been doing for shelves, because all these shelves have stuff on it that I don't want. So let's go to wood. And let's scale this up. Not quite so much. Let's see if we can make this look semi-usable. Do this under. Yeah, that'll work. Doesn't have to be pretty. Kind of making our own shelves. Why not? Poorly stacked plates. Ooh, I have an idea. Get these scaled up. Let's see, is there kitchen? I think there is. My God, what the hell is that? A big bowl? That's an overstatement. Big bowl. We're going to make it a smaller bowl. I think that'll work. Maybe. So we've got, I mean, the thing is, it's how you populate this thing. A few rooms in here. Room for some cultists. Room for some crazy people to be in here. Torture place with some, maybe some people in there. The boss lives there. And whatever you want to do out here. Oh, I have an idea too. Let's do something with the path tool real quick. I think kind of a blood trail. So let's take that off and we're gonna, I don't know, maybe we'll leave the blood trail off. I think that works. Let's go to lighting, turn this off. And the widgets off. And I think we're good. So let's save it. Save it as our cave map. And she's ready to rock and roll. So let's do our export. I think we're happy with this. Export JPEG. Lighting on. We're going to do this at 100 pixels. It'll give a little better quality. See, that's, you do that, it's way too big. You do it at 128 pixels, it'll still come in fine, and I think everything will look good. So let's export the JPEG, and then we'll take a look and see what it looks like. So do that, random encounter maps. Let's open it up and see what it looks like. All right, so the textures actually came out pretty good by doing it that way. If we do it at 50, it kind of comes out sloppy looking, but I think that works. Good deal. Export to PNG. And the important one will be the VTT, so that the walls will not come over. And we're going to pull this in and take a look just to see if how well the walls pull in and how we would work this to make it work inside of Foundry. Let me pull Foundry up. Open our test server. All right, there we are going into Foundry. I'm really excited about this. The fact that the video and audio work now. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, yeah, it's not going to pull it because of those both being used in stream. You can't use the same device across two things. But that would have my picture and voice down there. So let's do this. All right. There we go. I am curious. I mean, we test a lot of this stuff. Let's see, choose file. Maybe right there. Take a look at our walls. So yeah, all the walls are relatively perfect here. What we would need to do, come in here, make some wall adjustments. I think what I would do is put this here. Let's get rid of this one. And then this right there. Hopefully get it as close to that as we can. See if we can drop a secret door on there. Yeah, we can. In fact, all we would have to do is this. We could just take that off, right? Now this. What is this thing doing? We could take that off, pull this wall a little bit here, kind of like that. Pull this one here, and then Got a secret door. Create another wall this way. There. Do that to there, right? We can highlight that and delete it. Create this as a secret door as well. And let's drop a character on here and see. Pretty sure that this character has dark vision. So I'm able to see that, the players would not. And then once they get there, I would open that when they figure out the secret door, and then they can go right on in. Perfect. All right, let's take a look at how the rest of the walls came up. And then this is kind of what I'm thinking. Because this would have basically, you know, they would have to come through here. So this would need a wall, right? Then we do the same thing here. And then I feel like, because you don't want them to be able to see up on this part of the map, you would basically just, you know, create a wall system across here. Because they're not going to, like, it's double clicking. Not really going to be able to see through that. You don't want them to have any access there. So we're going to do that. Just make sure that kind of crosses there. And we'll test how this will work. All right, now let's bring our character out here. See what he sees. So that's taking his vision into account. I think we'd need to make the adjustment on the character when they're outside here. You know, if they get here during the day, you would need to, you know, go in, configure vision so that right vision, they see fine. And I think the only thing that I would need to do is go in and set this up so that it can tell the difference that, and I'm going to have to research and see if it works, but, you know, as they walk into the cave, there's the, and they can't really see that stuff. They can see into the cave. I think the, yeah, you don't want them to be able to walk through that. That's the only reason I have the cave wall like that. How you set it up will be up to you. Now your other option is to set up so you have global illumination. I do it so that, you know, dark vision is in play. Some DMs may not do that. So it's strictly up to you how you set this up. Oh no. And maybe what we would have to do, let me take a look at something here on the map. So we have lighting on. I'm curious, would we be able to set it up so this side is lit and that is not? You know, that would be, it'll really be a matter of needing to just put a bunch of lights out here that overlap. So that the outside is lit. And we might experiment with that. Alright, so I'm going to get off. I'm going to go give Isis her pill, eat some lunch, get ready for tonight's D&D session. Once I figure out what I want to do as far as getting this lighting working, then we'll go ahead and upload the map. In fact, you know what? This could just... We could basically do this, because it's never going to show on the inside. You know, it doesn't go through the walls. You could go ahead and... you know, set it up like that. Because, like I said, it doesn't go through walls. Maybe set that there. Then take it down in size a little bit. Like that. You know, generally just get that so the light doesn't go in, you know, in here. Set the intensity to 1. Oh no. So we could do that. And that would cover the outside. I'm curious, let's export this as a light test. Let's do this as a JPEG. Okay, map light test. Let's try this. Curious what it's going to do. Open. See, that's too bright. So I'd say let's try this. Lighting off. Export. Let's do that. So that comes out just as a base map, everything lit. We'll see. I mean, our other option is once you get in, you know, outside here, you could set the map so that global illumination is on while they're outside. Right? There's your daylight map. They're able to go in. Once they get in here, you're going to want to turn it off. But I really need to figure out a way to make this lighting work, you know, as they go in and out. Because they should be able to see all the way out that way. I guess the only other thing that you can do this, right? And we can always just light the map up here. Not going to affect anything. Let's take a look and see what that does. I mean, we would need to, you know, really go in and set these things up so that their overlap works fine. You know, then it's not going to be as I mean, that's kind of sloppy, but it'll work. See, we almost have everything lit to where they're going to be able to see what's going on. That's pulling them off the map. They wouldn't be able to go there. I don't know. It looks like it's just something we'd have to really mess with. But again, that's going to be it. We're going to go ahead and eat some lunch, get ready for tonight's game, make sure everything's working properly since, you know, right now our camera and everything's not working. But that'll be it. Tomorrow we'll be back on playing some Dragon Age Inquisition, and we'll catch you then. Have a great day, Violet. Hopefully we'll catch you in here again. We'll be gaming tomorrow instead of drawing maps, so should be more fun. Everybody, have an awesome day, and we'll catch you next time.